There was a story that just came out about this frat in like Pennsylvania or something,
Oh yeah, I
where
seen
it's like
that.
this, like they were making the kids, like the new recruits, like bag up dope.
Man,
They
that's
had, they
wild.
had like it was like a whole operation where like the head of the frat was like they got like a brick, and they just had all the new guys just like bagging it up
I didn't know that's what it was.
as
Yeah, I
like a
see. It was Penn
hazing thing.
State,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, something like that.
Dude, Penn State always got some weird shit going on.
I mean, that's like semi-rich kids. I think that's like a nice school, but it's like, were you ever around frats and stuff?
Yeah, I did Teak. I was around Teak.
What's that?
It was a frat in Akron, like maybe by OU, which is a huge party school.
Oh
Like
yeah,
they're known for being the party school.
yeah.
I remember this girl was like, sits down next to me and my buddy, and she goes, "Yeah, me and my friend, we got to hook up with like 5 guys tonight. We're having a competition. Whoever hits 5 first." And she goes and hooks up with my buddy and comes back immediately after. She's like, "All right, it's your turn." I'm like, "Nah, I'm good."
Wow.
I'm
Man,
just
I
like,
don't think college is for me. I'm gonna go back to the car wash.
yeah.
Yeah, this is too dark.
It was like this huge house with all these kids living in it, no door on the bathroom. Like it was like the house that they lived in was like almost like a damn. I think it was like a junior high school that was abandoned, and they
Yeah,
all lived in the classrooms because it was just a ton of college kids with like a public bathroom that they shared with
Yeah.
showers.
yeah, and they're all paying like a whole bunch of money to live there.
Yeah, and it was just
Paying
like
dues.
huge parties. There was like I was standing on a rock that was like a teak rock and almost got jumped by like 30 kids.
Wow.
It meant the world to them.
Yeah. I mean, when I was in college, my college was huge on frats. And it was so they're just like all frats right next to each other. My apartment was technically on campus, but it was like in frat row, even though it was just like a shitty
Damn,
little
you were
apartment.
lucky, dude.
It was not even lucky. I wasn't part of it. So it was just like living in a city that you don't really get to go into because I wasn't in a frat. Sometimes you walk in for like a party or something, but that was a whole like you realize like we live in different worlds.
But that's right on your street, dude. We used to have to drive to go hang out with the frat
Oh
kids.
right, yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
you
I
can
mean it was
see-
a college town, so I was in college, but it's just like there's just especially because some of those frats are like they're like specific for a specific kind of culture. It's like Jewish frat, Chinese
Oh, I
frat.
didn't
And
realize
some
that.
of them it's like this is the frat for like athletes who are actually smart.
I thought it was
and then-
all white kids.
It's mostly white kids, but there's different like genres. There's one place where it's like these are like the dumb guys. These are like this other place is like these are going to be the future like finance like president guys.
Yeah.
So it's like you're walking into some places and it's like, oh, we're like 20 years old. This kid's already like a millionaire.
yeah, the
This is
frat,
just him blowing off some steam before he goes off to run Goldman Sachs or something.
The one we went to was all finance guys. They're all walking around naked with socks on their dicks.
Yeah. I mean, there's that, and then there's like a sorority, and they're already like you're seeing class structure already kick in. These are the same people we're already walking by now. You probably walk by the same guys when you're in the East Village
Yeah,
when
what
they're
I
just
don't
at
get
some
is,
like high scale bar.
what do these people learn to be in finance? How much could you actually need to learn? I think it's more of a networking thing.
It's networking, it's sales, it's just a little bit of confidence. It is just being in the right, knowing the right guys, right place, right time.
Yeah, because the old school frat guys like that are my age in their 40s, I know those guys. And they had this thing in New York, like my buddies all tell me. I know about 3 different people that had it. They start getting them in when they're like 16, straight up working on Wall Street. Like,
Yeah. They're
just-
like doing internships in the summer,
yeah,
but they're like getting paid like crazy money already.
yeah, and they work for guys that make like $300K a month, and they're just doing a bunch of shit for them.
Well, it's like you're like 16 years old, 17. You're living in Tribeca. You're working. You're doing internship at Goldman Sachs, and then your boss, he's like a big shot guy with like a fancy suit on. He calls you at 2 a.m. It's like, hey, you got to get here, and then you get there, and there's just like a body on the floor, and it's like, hey, how badly do you want to get into this? Goldman Sachs.
What I don't
So next thing you know, you're down the Hudson River, just fucking dumping a body.
yeah, cement legs.
Yeah, you're just dealing with the cartel.
What I don't understand about frats is they all tell you, oh, yeah, I went to college, for finance. And I really don't know what they had to learn. Like, you can't just Google that shit and learn it. Well, I mean, what do you really need to know, honestly?
Oh, there are technical terms about like, all the different lingo, different, credit default swaps or whatever. But there a lot of it with these guys, when you say finance, you can mean different things because there's finance where you're doing technical stuff, where you're like crunching numbers. That's all like Indian and Chinese guys. When you see like the flashy white guy, those guys work in sales.
Yeah.
So they're on like a different floor. Those guys are just on the phone, just yelling at you.
They tell you smile when dial.
Don't give me that shit.
Yeah, and then
There's
they
the
tell
guy
you,
who talks on the phone and points at his phone at the same time.
they say you need
Don't fuck me.
Yeah. They say you need 700 calls a day. They said that's where that number, the 700 thing came from. They're like 350 in the morning,
Oh, those
350
guys
at lunch.
invented the headset. They were doing that before cell phones. Just straight up walking around with the headset. Just, there's like 100 guys in the same room all yelling on the phone, just walking in circles.
Doing drugs.
Yeah, everybody's on benzos.
Yeah, with those nice suits on.
We're never going to be there.
Nowadays, these finance guys are all respectful. Like, my one buddy works in finance in my neighborhood. I mean, he's just like a classy gentleman. He's like, I grew up without money, and I just wanted to teach financial literacy to people in my neighborhood.
Right. Now you ask him to teach you something. He's not teaching you shit.
And I know, I asked him. I was like, can you show me a couple of tricks? They changed the subject real quick.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, I
buy
like
bonds.
Yeah, I like that video you did about the big dicks.
High yield saving account. Yeah. No, but it's like this whole frat world where it's like when I first got to college, I was like, oh, this is like what you got to do. So, the first week of college, they're doing like a frat rush week where everybody is trying to get you to join their frat. Where it's like, come in, they're going to have a big party, and then we're going to you're going to sign up, and everybody gets to they want you to pay money to be in their frat. So you think it's like, this is what you're supposed to do. And then within a week, I'm just like, this is a totally different world.
It's crazy. You got to pay money to be in the frat to eat a damn goldfish.
You got to pay a lot of money to be in the. Well, you got to pay to live there, so you are paying rent, but you're also paying to like the organization. It's like Sigma Chi or something.
Do you think?
So it's like it's not just the frat, but it's all the guys who have been in the frat since the last decades or whatever.
Well, I was gonna say, do you think it's anything like it used to be, like the networking, like they did, like when Bush was president?
Yeah, networking has gotten more important than ever. That is how anybody gets anything these days. Nobody is getting one of those finance jobs by going on Indeed.
You're right.
And like, oh, I want to be a junior analyst. It's like, no, you're not getting shit. Your thing is going in the pile. You got to know a guy. And you have to have dirt on him. Like, I remember that time me and you and that girl, and we dumped that body in Jersey. That's how you get me in. Yeah, hook me up. We take care of each other in this business.
Yeah, dude, I'd much rather be the Chinese guy crunching numbers, making the real money.
Nah, the Chinese guy's not making the real money. The real money is always in sales. Any business you've ever been in, sales is always the actual guy who's making the money. Real estate, tech, stocks, finance, banks, it's always a guy who can sell. Because if you can sell, you can make money.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
You can mark it up. You're actually the cash cow. It's like being in the mob. You're the earner.
I was the worst salesman. They used to have dummy customers. They'd have fake customers come in.
Secret shopper.
Yeah, and dude, I would fucking try to lie about it. They'd be like, Dom, it's my fucking father-in-law. That's what happened. You told him it's got... Dude, I'd be...
trying to buy the Toyota.
I was such a bad salesman. I hated the job. I'd be leaning in and telling people, listen, man, you want to go down the street, fuck this place.
Yeah, buy Japanese.
Yeah, I knew I was going to quit.
Yeah. I couldn't... I mean, I just... Not only would I feel bad, I just wouldn't have the... I wouldn't have the spark.
It's not enough money.
You could. It's a lot of money.
I mean, selling cars.
If you can do it. I mean, if you can sell cars and you can sell real estate, that's a skill that you learn, and you'll always make money. But it's always that there's only a certain kind of guy that can do it. You got to be kind of dead inside.
Or a good liar. You got like cheating on your wife.
But that's also just having no soul. You got to be able to sort of suppress that part and just go with the devil.
In Ohio, car salesmen don't make that much. I mean, they show their numbers right on the board. Like, they walk away with like $10,000 a month. It's not much when you think all the hours.
Yeah, I mean, but that's for like a regular car. You start selling a Benz.
Oh yeah,
you sell a BMW. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure those guys are cleaning up. Especially these days. These days, it's not only are you selling the stupid pickup truck that costs $75,000, you're selling the finance plan.
Right.
So you're selling them, you're trying to get them on the car note, and that's when you make crazy money.
And these guys were selling Buicks.
Yeah.
But they were still cheating on their wife.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a slummy job, but it's like these days, any kind of scamminess that comes with being a salesman, it's amped up to 10 now. Even there's people now who are doing like buy now, pay later, like Klarna,
Yeah.
Affirm. You can do that to pay your phone bill now.
I don't know if
There's
I said
people
it.
who are just buying everything. They buy groceries on buy now, pay later.
Everybody's doing that now, dude. You know what I want? I want the fucking vending machine. I want to go buy a car in a vending machine like Carvana. I don't want to deal with these salesmen, their fucking bracelets and cologne.
Yeah, what happens when your car's broken though? You get the lemon.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're gonna get the lemon from a salesman.
Yeah, but at least you have you bring it back to the dealership. You don't want to take the face out of this whole chain because, especially for a car.
I seen some real scumbags. I told you, I don't know if I said on this pod, maybe I just said it before, but the one dude that used to sell at retirement homes.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta think, dude, what type of a scumbag would do that? I knew a dude, he bought a girl a car just to hook up with her. Think about that, a Dodge Neon.
Wow.
I had to detail it. He gave me a case of beer for it. Girl had sex with him for it.
Wow. For a Dodge.
Yeah,
have some
a
pride.
Dodge Neon. It was beat to shit.
Nah, it's going to get to 80,000 miles. You're going to have to just turn it in.
She bought it like 210,000 miles. It barely even ran.
Oh, wow.
The dude had me putting like JB weld on the exhaust to keep it from making noise.
Yeah. Any of these guys, though, if you can actually, like, if you got that kind of charm where you can sell a shitty car and make a bunch of money off of it and not really feel like, not get self-conscious about it, you will be successful at every single aspect of life. If that guy wanted to do comedy, he would be on.
My brother was...
He would get 5 minutes of comedy.
Oh, I bet you he would.
Material, and he would be everywhere. You would see this guy on TV.
My brother was selling vacuum cleaners. Remember those $2,000 vacuum cleaners?
The Dyson?
Yeah, and I think my parents were just trying to support him, or my uncles. They had no clue it was like $2,000.
Wow.
And, the way that they did it back then, I don't know. They have you, like, do a speech, and they leave the vacuum cleaner there, and you own it.
Wow.
Like, you got to return it.
Yeah.
I don't know all the details. I got to talk to him about it. But can you imagine, like, who would have even thought, like, say you were selling vacuum cleaners, you come over my house. I would have never guessed it would be $2,000.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, you sign up for the vacuum cleaner, and they say it costs $300. And then you find out it was actually a subscription for vacuum cleaners.
I'll tell you
so
who
it's like a monthly payment of, 18 grand.
The real scummy salesmen were back in Youngstown, the jewelry salesmen. When people would walk by, they'd ask, hey, you 18? They'd wait. They'd be priming you. They got me. They started asking me when I was 16.
For like a chain?
Yeah.
Yep.
And as soon as I turned 18, boom, they got me, kept upping my credit. Dude, I was paying like fucking $800 a month to the jewelry store for a fucking Movado watch. I hawked it. It was worth like, they gave me like $75 for it at the jewelry store.
Wow.
They get you 18 yet, kid? They try to tell you, like, it's like the Army. They just try to tell you whatever you want to hear. They'll be like, all your dreams.
Especially because with the age that we're at, well, you said you were like 18, 19 when you did this. That was like peak jewelry time in rap.
Yeah, it was.
That was like peak big chain, 20-inch rims. So there was just so much stuff to buy. And anybody who wanted, if you had a car that was like kind of nice back then, your friends would be pressuring you into buying rims.
Oh yeah,
rims
that was
are going to
huge.
be like $8 grand.
And I worked at the gyro place, so the guy was like, "Oh, I'll make a phone call, help you get financed." He didn't have to make no call.
Yeah. Well, kids these days, it's like everything does cost more, but I think they do have it a little bit better in the sense that rappers don't wear crazy chains anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Cars don't have rims anymore. Back then, that used to be like an actual expectation. If you had the Cadillac Escalade, whatever you paid for the Escalade, well, you got to pay that again just to get spinning rims on them.
And you need the TVs and the
24-inch
PlayStation.
rims. Yeah. I don't think cars even do that anymore.
And now kids got ChatGPT. We had to ask somebody in our family.
Right.
And think about it, dude. People in our family didn't know shit.
Well, now the fake chains look better. You can get replica stuff from China and Temu or whatever. And people in general aren't as flashy as they used to be.
Yeah, back in the day, people would be like, let me see it. And they'd be checking your chain at school for the 14 karat mark.
Right.
Take it off. It's not 14 karat.
They're biting on your necklace.
Yeah, and
let me bite it.
All of us in slow class.
Oh, wow.
Everybody in slow class had a gold chain. What do you think that's about?
Gold's nice.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. That gold chain would have been worth more now.
Right.
Gold was actually a good investment. It was all that other stuff that's worth nothing now.
The car stereos.
Yeah, any kind of car TV that's worth nothing now.
Everybody
Gold is
loves
actually a appreciating asset.
Bro, them car stereos, everybody had to have the car stereo, the detachable face.
Oh yeah.
You bring it to school with you.
Well, it's like the speakers in the trunk.
Oh, yeah, I had
The
that.
bass speakers where there's like no room in your trunk. And it's just like your whole car is just rattling so you can barely hear it.
It's crazy. When I was in school, Dickies were actually cool.
Well, it was. I mean, there was different styles, but it was also like if you really there was an expectation of like just doing extra shit where it would just be you wouldn't just wear one if you were a guy who wore a chain, you'd wear a bunch of chains.
Right.
It would be it would be a whole bunch of shit going on.
Sell some weed on the side. Actually, most of those kids ended up becoming car salesmen. Most of the weed sellers in my high school
Oh, right.
ended up selling cars.
Oh, yeah, I mean, they missed the boat. They could have been selling legal weed.
My problem is I never was addicted to money like that to really want to screw somebody over. Like you see car salesmen, they have like a coke addiction or they really want money and flashy things. I don't like that shit.
Well, the thing that I think motivates most car salesmen, the reason what actually makes them wake up in the morning, it's the other salesman.
Yeah.
They're in the car. They're in the dealership. There's a scoreboard. So
There is.
everybody in the dealership, they knew exactly how much you made this month.
Damn, how'd you know about the scoreboard?
That's a very common thing. But even if there's no scoreboard, even those finance guys downtown, the kind of like boiler room guys who were trying to sell stocks, Wolf of Wall Street, those guys all know how much everybody else is selling. So it's like you can't be the bottom of the ladder. So we all got to sell.
And this is before political correctness. They used to have meetings every Monday and Thursday. It was a 14-hour day, 7 to 9. And they would have powwow meetings. Like you knew you were going in to get chewed out. And
Right.
there was one dude that sold them all. This dude wrecked it. He needed the money for medical reasons.
Oh.
So he was really hustling. Dude, he wrecked on a dirt bike and his legs were all bow-legged. He even wrecked with his kids, fucked his kids' legs up.
Oh, wow.
So he was like always working, like every day open to close to sell cars to pay for like his legs and his kids' legs and the surgeries. It was like they'd be telling you, Mike had another surgery. The whole dealership took a hit
Wow.
because he loved dirt bikes.
Oh,
Or he'd
wow.
always wreck on dirt bikes. Take his kids on them. He had his kids ride, and he'd show us. He'd be like, look, my son wrecked. He was so proud. He shows pictures of his son in full cast.
See, what sucks though is this guy was like naturally good at sales.
Yeah, he was.
Sounds like he would have if he didn't have all these accidents and shit. He would have actually been like could have made some money.
He still made a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure just as a gross income, he was probably bringing in a lot.
Him and this guy that pretended to be Arabic made the most money. This guy joined all the Arabic churches. He even learned some of the language. He married an Arabic woman. He came out to me. He told me, he's like, I'm not fucking Arabic.
Wow.
He's like, I'm an orphan. I don't know what the fuck I am. But he goes, these guys got money.
That's how you sell a Dodge.
Yeah.
Yeah. They want to be doing business overseas.
He'd
Yeah.
go to all the Arabic churches. There's
Wow.
a ton of those, like the mosque and all those things.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he'd sell them cars.
Man. See, even like I wouldn't even have the stomach to be like a barber. One of those kind of professions where you always got to be networking.
Yeah.
You always or like a tattoo artist where you always got to be bringing somebody in and giving them a deal, passing out business cards. Even that would be too much for me. I can't be in the mix like that.
I don't even know a barber's network, to be honest with you.
They walk around whenever whenever a barber is out, he's never off the clock. He's always scanning. It's like he's pointing out, hey, your haircut's fucked up.
Damn.
Hey, why don't you come downtown?
They do it like that.
Yeah. They always got. I mean, same thing with tattoo artists. Tattoo artists will look at your arm right now. He'd be like, hey, I could fix that for you.
Right.
We could make that shit look
I
Chinese.
know you always get these tattoo artists. Why won't you just let me tattoo up?
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, he wants to
I'll
make
give
money.
you a discount.
Yeah.
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 They
First
always,
one's
they
50
always
bucks.
say they're going to give you 20% off, but they never tell you what the original price was.
Right.
So they'll tell you, oh, yeah, it's only $180. But it's like they're not going to tell you, oh, that's actually like my normal price.
And some of these guys will tell you, just let me practice on you. Come on, you believe in me.
Oh my god.
I got a few of my friends, they'll always like comment. They'll be like, listen, you're not really my friend if you never let me ink you up. It's like, dude,
Wow.
do you realize how serious of a commitment that is?
Well, you see how fucked up that job is, because it's like he's trying to pay his phone bill, but he's trying to pay his phone bill through guilt.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I want to go to work, I just show up to work. I don't even got to talk to anybody. I just clock into work. This guy has to go on Facebook and like make people feel bad.
It's crazy, and then he has to permanently change people for life.
That's almost secondary, but just the fact that he has to degrade himself, and you have to
Right.
like, it's almost like you have to frame it like charity just to make a little bit of money.
It's
Those
like,
guys aren't even rich.
It's almost like those people that they start their like Patreon and it's got like 3 people on it,
Oh my god.
and they're always bitching you out. Yeah, you never donate to my Patreon.
Yeah, OnlyFans or something.
It's like, dude, what point is there a charity and somebody that's actually successful? That's my question.
Right. I mean, I guess there is every successful person at some point was shameless about asking for things. The problem is that some people, it's not like if you're a tattoo artist and you're like even if you're successful, how many people can you tattoo? The job itself doesn't scale. You can only tattoo so many people in a day. Whereas
Right.
a famous content creator, comedian, it scales huge. You could do one video and that'll get 1 billion views. But for these tattoo guys, for hairstylists, for barbers, they got to be always hustling.
What
You see these like NBA players. They pay like $600 to get their hair cut.
so dumb?
Somebody has to come to their house to cut their hair, and it's like a special relationship. That guy, that's his entire day. It sounds like a lot of money, but this one guy, he has to go all the way out to fucking New Jersey to cut James Harden's hair or something.
It's so weird to me when they get this shaved head. I seen one on TikTok. This dude got his head shaved, gave the barber $4,500. He goes, he's paid for the next year.
Wow.
I'm just like, bro, get a razor. What about plastic surgeons? Do they? I mean, you think they're going out hustling like, hey, you need rhinoplasty?
I mean, that's the same kind of like. Here's what's fucked up about plastic surgeons. Same thing with hairstylists. It's like a networking system. So it's not only, hey, I'm a plastic surgeon, I'll fix your face. It's, hey, if you have any friends whose face is fucked up,
Wow.
you send them to me, you'll get a little kickback.
Or
You'll-
breast jobs. Man, they give them a kickback.
You get a kickback, or I'll give you a discount on your next procedure.
So then you got to talk your friend into their nose being fucked up.
That's how, it's how people who do plastic surgery, who get surgery done, they're always trying to make you feel bad about yourself. They're always saying, oh, you look a little old. Oh, your calves look a little skinny. Oh, I got a guy for that.
TikTok made nose jobs go up through the roof.
Oh, yeah.
Because I remember my girlfriend got a nose job. Them things were expensive.
Oh, yeah. They don't even call it a nose job anymore. It's
Yeah.
just like a beauty enhancement or something.
Right. It's
Yeah.
so dumb, dude. It's like my girl just didn't like her nose because it was too big. And here's the thing. She loses the nose, gets a tiny little button nose, and then decides she wants to start running marathons. I'm like, bitch, you did this backwards. You had the fucking mega nose. You had like,
Right.
she could have ran the fuck out of a marathon with the nose she had.
Right. Yeah.
She'd get winded just rolling over.
Yeah, I mean, you don't got the exhaust system anymore.
She had to start breathing through her mouth, dude. She started snoring. The nose job was the worst thing that ever happened to her.
Wow.
And it was way too small. Her face was fucked up. Like, I hate to say it, but the nose went with her face. British girl.
God gave you that nose for a reason.
Right?
Yeah. God don't make mistakes, as they
Yeah,
say.
I mean, her teeth were like an inch long with a tiny nose. It's like your teeth shouldn't be
Yeah,
bigger
yeah.
than your nose.
Now you got to get the teeth changed.
Right.
Next thing you know, it's just Michael Jackson
She
stuff
was
happening.
wearing like a jaw thing to get her jaw to come out because it was going in. Somebody
It's-
told her she looked like a bird online. She never let it go.
It's like clavicular. He's hitting himself with a hammer.
Bro,
just
I
to make
remember
just to make his jaw straight.
my aunt worked for a dentist, and she was a dental assistant, and I had real fucked up teeth. I mean, I knocked my front teeth out, so they're straight now, but they used to be crooked as hell, and she'd say, get a spoon and constantly pry your tooth forward.
Oh, well.
And, I did it for years. She used to babysit me, And nothing ever happened when I was 18. I was like, hey, so why'd you have me doing that? She's like, oh, just to keep you busy. You had a lot of energy.
Ah, there you go. At least it worked.
That's
Yeah,
what,
you got to do push-ups.
yeah, ChatGPT takes all that away. Now somebody'd be like, listen, Aunt Kathy, I asked ChatGPT. They said, you don't know what the fuck you're saying.
Yeah, you don't have my best interest in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ChatGPT actually says they would urge me strongly not to put a metal spoon in my mouth.
All right. See, I'm glad though that like it sucks. I feel so bad for anybody who makes money by asking other people for money. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm so glad that I don't have my life in that sort of situation where it's like the only way I can eat is if I go up to a guy and convince him to give me money. It's like that is not a way to live. That is constant stress.
Working for companies is bullshit. I was thinking back about something. We had this big meeting at the car dealership, and my father, he came up with a way to save on chemicals by using ketchup bottles with wax, because then you only let out a little bit of wax versus everybody was using way too much wax.
Right.
And these waxes are like, some of them are like $300 a gallon, the real expensive compounds and shit. So either way, they were like, yeah, this year you saved us like $100,000 in chemicals. He used pumps and all these weird things. And they gave him like a damn smoked sausage, like a hickory sausage.
Wow.
And it's like, he fucking saved the company. In front of about 200 people, they gave a big speech. And it's like, do you think these rich guys just did that as their own inside joke? Like, why would they just say, hey, you saved us $100,000. Here's a smoked sausage, a hickory sausage.
Wow. Well, I mean, the sausage is just a gesture at that point. It's just like, you get to brag about your sausage.
Yeah, I mean, you can't win either way. At that point, I'd almost want to ask people for money. It's more embarrassing you do all this work for a sausage.
Oh, but the thing is, what did your dad actually do? All he did was come up with an idea. He didn't.
Yeah.
That's not like blood, sweat, and tears to get some ketchup bottles going.
Right.
That was just like, oh, you should try this, this, and this, and that was the extent of his actual contribution. Plus, he gets the sausage.
Yeah, and we all ate the sausage. He didn't even get it.
Yeah.
When you think about how hard people had to work in the 80s and stuff, I see my dad cut his pinky off to do a job. He stitched it back on, but the job paid $40.
Wow.
And you just think about, like,
Yeah.
it was like installing a hitch cover on the back of a thing.
Yeah.
When you look how hard people worked for $240 a week in the 80s and 90s, it's insane.
Right.
Compared to now,
Well, yeah, I mean, especially like people doing like manual labor. Those guys are constantly unemployed trying to find a new job. They're always working a job that lasts for like 3 days.
right?
So it's like you're working, and then next thing you know, you just got to keep asking for a job. It's like that makes you miserable.
It's like these guys that are part-time roofers. That's what a lot of my buddies did. They worked for their uncle.
Yeah.
Their uncle would get them smoking weed at a young age, and he'd just kind of pay them in weed. They'd all be like 14. They'd work all day for an eighth of weed.
Wow. That's no way to live.
Yeah, these kids would be bleeding, working on roofs, missing school. They'd give their mothers some money. They'd be like, Jacob needs to work. My one buddy fell off a roof. He's got a metal leg now.
See, that's what's so funny is these days, all of these like rich guys, especially guys who work in like tech, guys who are in politics, their advice now is always, hey, your kids should skip college because college is stupid. It's too expensive, and they should just work in the trades. Instead of working and just trying to get some fancy office job, you should become a plumber, become a roofer, become an electrician. They always need an electrician. And it's like they don't tell you about the other part.
Right.
They don't tell you about the part where you fall off a roof.
Right.
They don't tell you a part where it's like, no, I hurt my back after being a plumber for a year, and now my back is fucked up for the rest of my life.
And you're never going to compete with people that have been doing it since they were 10 years old. You go to any trade school you want.
Yeah, you're not going to get in the union.
Yeah.
You got to know a guy to get in the union.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a family gig.
You'd be better off selling cigarettes.
Well, you'd be better off just being a finance guy, work at a bank.
It's
if
crazy.
you can do it.
How many people I run into that sell Adderall in New York? It's like,
right.
That's a huge job. Now, one Adderall's a felony. I got friends
Should
selling
be.
200 of them.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Right.
I mean, not really friends of mine, but I see them out and about.
Yeah. But it's like people hear they only see the number. They hear, oh, you can be a plumber and you can make 150K a year. And then that's just being, regular plumber in a small town. Toilets always breaking. People always need a plumber. They don't hear the actual day-to-day job.
You're buying a truck.
They don't hear the job of, like, every time you show up somewhere, everybody's mad at you. Everybody's telling you how long is this going to take.
And with construction, it's all about cost. Everybody wants the cheapest cost, and they want it done the fastest.
Yeah.
So you have to hire children. Every construction job I worked on,
somebody's kids.
It's somebody's kids just working, smoking cigarettes, getting hurt.
Well, it's like there is a contractor at that job who is cashing out and making crazy money.
Right.
That's not you.
Yeah.
That's somebody. That's the guy in the truck.
Most of the time, it's a couple smackheads, a few kids, and then you got your kid hanging out with a smackhead all day.
Yeah. I mean, like, I get it. People think that it's like you work around blue-collar people. You think, oh, this is going to make my kid, like, down to earth and, like, street smart. It's like, no, this kid is going to become like a drug addict.
Right.
Yeah, you're going to end up getting dragged down into some weird drama that you're not a part of. And next thing you know, you got to fight a guy.
Yeah, I worked with my Uncle Marty. He's like, we got to go pick up a worker. So we pulled over. There's a guy on the side of the road all strung out on dope. I'm thinking we're going to give him food. He's telling him, get in the truck. I'm like, dude, I don't want to sit.
Can you weld?
Yeah. I don't want to sit next to this fucking guy. Saying we're cutting grass all day. My uncle used to keep soda with him, and he'd make me wish my mouth out with soda.
Wow.
Because he's like, you see what it does to a penny? Like, he'd always have me doing it.
That's old school.
Yep.
Yeah.
He'd tell me old fight stories.
That Mountain Dew.
Yeah, he'd be like showing me training routines when we're cutting grass.
Yeah.
We hired one guy. The dude cut all his fingers off with a lawnmower working for my uncle, trying to unstick the blade.
Yeah, and it's like, look, I get it. I'm not saying that this is like something to look down on. If that's the only option, you got to get a job. But it's like, if you have kids and one of the options is go to college, send them to college.
Yeah.
You can figure it out. I mean, it does cost a lot of money and you go into debt, but it's like, no, you're way better off. At least make the attempt. You can always work construction.
Dude, my biggest regret is not going to college. You know how much I didn't even finish high school. I mean, I pretty much quit school, honestly. After 9th grade, I didn't really go but a couple times a month, really.
Yeah.
It's like, you know how much education I missed out on?
I can tell you missed out on a lot. Yeah, if this podcast is anything, it should be a warning.
Like, imagine if
Stay
I would have
in
went
school.
back in time, I'd know, like, punctuation. I'd know so much shit.
Well, it's like my personal career trajectory, I really did underperform in terms of, like, income and in terms of, like, career status or whatever. But that was my choice. That's because I was doing comedy.
Yeah.
That's because I was pursuing other things. And, I have my own path I'm on now. If I actually wanted to, when I was first out of college, if I wanted to, like, hey, I'm going to press the button to make as much money as I could possibly make, I would have been doing a lot better.
What would you have did?
You work at a bank. You work in finance. You work in sales.
You
tech.
think you could have did that shit?
Absolutely.
You're a smart dude.
Any of these things, I couldn't do sales. That's what I can't do. I can't be the guy who's working on commission and who's trying to sell you a thing. I can do all that technical stuff. You give me 2 years, I'll figure it out.
Did you major in anything in college?
Communication, whatever, some bullshit.
Oh, that's some sales.
It's not really. Sales is sales.
What do you think you people really learn from the 9th grade till the last year of college?
I've said this before on here, but I think this is really like how people need to think about school. Because people talk, the big debate these days is, should you send your kid to school? Is school important? If your kid's already going to become a YouTuber, why does he got to go to school?
Right.
This is what school does for you. It teaches you how to learn something. You need to learn how to do you have a skill that you want to learn and you have zero idea how to do it. Here's how you do it. You start at step 1. What is the most basic form of this skill?
Yeah.
Master that, and then you move to step 2. And then eventually, if you go through enough steps, eventually you will become proficient to the point where you can actually do it. You can speak Spanish. You can write code. You can play the guitar. That's what school teaches you. School teaches you, nobody knows algebra from birth.
Right.
Nobody knows what a plus 1,
X
equals squared. And it's like, that is the reason you need to learn this. People always say, when am I ever going to use this in life? When in life do I ever need to learn, exponentials or whatever? Fractions. You don't. The reason they have to teach you this in school is because if you can teach yourself how to do this, you can learn anything.
Do you
If you
think?
can learn how to do abstract math, then you can do finance because that is even simpler than abstract math.
Do you think AI will ever be smart enough to eliminate that?
Partially, but it's like if you're smart enough to learn how to do something and you have a creative mind, you have insights, you can always work. You can always find something to do. Someone always needs a smart guy. If you're actually smart and like you did pay attention, you can always do something. But what you can't do is if you go straight out of school, out of high school, and you become an electrician, and then one day your buddy is talking to you and he drops a wrench on your head, and
Right.
your mouth is fucked up now.
Yeah.
At that point, you can't go back because now you're the guy with the fucked up mouth, and now you can't express yourself. That's when you got no other options. That's when it gets dark.
And most guys I
Stay in
know,
school.
they just had one summer of working hard. That's really all you need to teach you how to work hard. You don't really need to be
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
it since you're 11.
No, yeah,
So
exactly.
you're
I've
like
always said
30.
yeah, exactly. If you can, I mean, obviously, it's one thing if you need to support your family from when you're a little kid, but it's like a little 13-year-olds do not need to be working a full-time job.
Yeah, dude, my joints are so fucked up, dude. I did yoga, but even just standing up, I feel like I got the body of an 80-year-old man.
Yeah.
I stretch, I do yoga. Nothing's going to fix the problems.
Well, kids who grow up to be successful, they spent those years, the years that you spent busting your ass and hurting yourself, they spent expanding their mind and learning how to do things.
Yeah,
And
I wish I would have did
compounds
that.
over time. Yeah. No,
I mean,
you caught up eventually, but it's like
I read books now. I have fun doing that, but it's like I'm not really learning anything.
But it's like, remember when you first I told you about buying the drill to mount
Right.
the TV. This is a skill. It's like, oh, I don't know how to do that. How do I even start this? Here's what you do. Go on YouTube, look up the tutorial. The tutorial is going to start at the most basic level. Then once you get some practice, you can start, getting stylish with it. You can start doing tricks. All you got to do is know, here's what dumb guys do. If you've never went to school and you've never experienced how to learn a new skill, dumb guys are going to skip to the end. Dumb guys are going to see, oh, it's a YouTube tutorial that's 25 minutes. I'm just going to go minute 12.
right.
I'm just going to kind of, freestyle it. And
Where
it's
you
like,
bill them.
that's how you end up with a fucked up TV mounting. That's how you end up with a car that doesn't really work.
It's crazy, dude. I went on a date with a girl, and I thought I was dumb. Now, I don't want to call nobody dumb. This girl makes like $7,000 a month doing OnlyFans, but what do you call, or she said a week. I don't know what it is, but either way,
Right.
she said a week. I didn't see the actual numbers, but she had a lot of
It's
jewelry
possible.
on.
Yeah.
And somebody else is running the whole thing for her, too.
Right.
And here goes the crazy part. Dude, I don't think I've ever hung out with somebody so dumb in my life. And I'm just like, bro, my heart, even all the money in the world, I'm like, man, this girl's dumb. Like, no common sense in working or in common knowledge. Like, I wonder, are these parents nowadays, if they see they have an attractive daughter, they like, hey, don't waste your time learning shit. At least my parents tried. My dad made me learn how to spell America. He seen I couldn't spell it. So he learned how to spell it, and then he taught me.
Your dad
how.
taught you how to work.
Yeah, he did.
Dad taught you how to get a fucking job. That's an actual skill right there. Here's the thing, though. When you see somebody who's, like, dumb and they make some money on OnlyFans, it's like, thank God for OnlyFans. If it wasn't for this girl would have been, I don't even know what. She would have just been walking around.
Yeah.
You can't even get a job at McDonald's if you're that dumb.
Think
it's like,
about it.
Thank God that, the internet can at least get dumb people some money coming in.
Right.
Just get some income because it's like, this is not the world for you.
But I can't believe how dumb somebody could be and be in society.
Those dumb people got to go somewhere. That is one of the things that the modern world doesn't really account for, is that there are some straight up dumb people around. And it's like, it's one thing if you're like a dumb 8-year-old, because it's like you're living with your mom. She's taking care of you. Eventually, you're a dumb 25-year-old. And it's like you do got to get a job somewhere or you can't support yourself.
I'll tell you what, I don't even mean like mentally, like,
Right.
whatever
Yeah.
that is to where you're born messed up. I mean, like, she's a normal person that probably just never looked
Ain't
at
got
school.
no sense.
Never had to even try in school ever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
dude, she was like, we're talking about, like, I'm telling you, second grade education level, we were talking.
That's why they invented tap to pay.
Right.
Yeah, we got to make this as simple as possible.
Yeah, she was like, America's a continent.
Oh, well.
Like crazy shit
Well,
like
the
that.
thing is, too, it's like you can't, that's why you can't really judge people based on how much money they make. Because the money itself is no indication of skill. It's no indication of talent, intelligence. That's just money. And that money is not going to last either.
The biggest thing I can't stand now is I've been working out and I'm hanging out with fit people.
Yeah.
I can't stand when people they have whatever that is, like dedication to a diet, so they basically starve themselves and lose weight.
Right.
And then now they think they're smarter. It's like, buddy, you're not smart. You starved yourself
Right.
for 3 months. I don't want to hear about macros, and they're so confident.
Well, I mean, they did achieve their goal, but once again, that's not like a sustainable thing. You hit a number, and eventually that number is going to go back up
Right.
because you didn't actually like build something that you can keep going.
Yeah, you took Adderall for 3 months and lost weight. You're going to sit here and act like you're smarter than me because you watched some TikTok videos?
Right, yeah, you were in the sauna.
It's almost like when people make it in comedy and then you see, like, you look up their track record. It's like, buddy, you didn't make it because you're good at comedy. You got lucky or you knew somebody.
That's all life is right there. That is what it means to be good. It
Yeah.
means being able to figure out what the system wants, and you give it to them. You give it to them again. Speaking of which, let's plug some dates, huh?
Yeah, I got to set up the tour. I've been I've been having trouble with people reaching back out to me. I don't know what's up with that.
You're sending emails?
Yeah, but not really getting no responses. And when I do, these people are saying they want 70% of the door on a Wednesday at 6 p.m., which just seems like the dumbest, weirdest showtime ever.
Oh, wow.
So I might even just venture and not even do comedy clubs, try to bring a Mr. Mike somewhere.
Ah, there you
It's
go.
just weird to do 70% of the door
70%.
at 6 p.m.
What's the ticket cost then?
I get to make the price.
Oh, wow. So you're getting, if the ticket's $20, you're getting 6?
Yeah, but what venue's doing a show at 6 p.m.? Nobody's even off work.
Well, I mean, that's why it's like you're trying to book something for like a couple months out. So it's like they probably already got the 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock show booked.
Right.
So now it's like, let's just throw some more shit in there.
We'll throw a 6 in, so I'm not doing that. But either way, I'm going to find ways. If it's the back room of a steakhouse with a Mr. Mike, I'm still going to put on a great show.
Wow.
But yeah, I want to go Asbury Park. Is that what that's called? I got a lot
Yeah.
of fans over there. Connecticut. Yeah, we got Connecticut coming. I'm definitely trying to do Detroit, North Carolina, Tampa. DM us or comment which city you're in so I could pick it.
Not
Chicago.
only that, we need the fans to be reaching out to these clubs.
Yeah.
If there's a club, you got to harass them and say, we want Dom.
Yeah, please do
You got
that.
to go buy a ticket to whoever is headlining this weekend and then just chant, we want Dom.
Yeah, LD.
We want Dom. And then, they're going to get the Chris D'Elia fans to.
I had the manager of comic strip tell me last time I went there. He goes, "Hey, buddy, are you having people call here asking when you're performing?" I would have never even thought to do. I said, "Huh?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "For like 2 years, people are calling asking when you're performing." He goes, I don't know what to make of it."
Wow.
I'm just like, maybe you want to book me."
There you go.
That's
how show business works.
Where's
right
was this dude in LD class?
Yeah. And we're trying to give you money to see this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what this means.
I can't figure it out, but for 2 years, people always ask when you're playing.
Wow.
So we'll see. They didn't pass me anyways. I said, "Hey, can I get some spots?" He goes, "Oh, it's not that simple."
Sign up for the class.